Did you know that the Chinese army, often portrayed as an unstoppable force, might not be as powerful as we've been led to believe? In this video, we're uncovering the shocking truth behind the myths and revealing the 12 reasons why the Chinese military might not be the giant everyone fears. Welcome back to our channel. If you're passionate about uncovering the truth behind global military powers, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Join our community where we delve into fascinating topics that challenge conventional wisdom and bring you the real story. Now, let's dive into the surprising realities about the Chinese Army. The Chinese People's Liberation Army, PLA, established in 1927, is the armed wing of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, and serves as the largest military force in the world with over 2 million active duty personnel. Over the past few decades, the PLA has undergone significant modernization efforts aimed at transforming it into a world-class fighting force. This includes investments in advanced weaponry, cyber capabilities, and space-based assets. China's defense budget, now the second largest in the world after the United States, has fueled this rapid expansion and technological development. The PLA's modernization is part of a broader strategy to assert China's position as a dominant global power. Central to this strategy is the China Dream, articulated by President Xi Jinping, which envisions a powerful and rejuvenated nation by the mid-21st century. The military component of this vision involves developing capabilities to project power beyond China's borders, safeguard its expanding global interests, and potentially challenge the dominance of the United States in the Asia-Pacific region. However, the impressive facade of the PLA's capabilities often obscures a range of underlying issues that compromise its actual effectiveness. Despite substantial advancements, the PLA still grapples with significant structural, operational, and strategic challenges. These include logistical difficulties, technological gaps, and a lack of combat experience, all of which undermine its overall military prowess. Moreover, the PLA's organizational culture and command structure remain heavily influenced by the CCP, prioritizing political loyalty over professional military competence. This political entanglement can lead to inefficiencies and corruption within the ranks, further detracting from the PLA's operational readiness and effectiveness. Additionally, China's demographic trends and economic vulnerabilities pose long-term challenges to maintaining and expanding its military capabilities. On the international stage, China's assertive foreign policy has led to diplomatic tensions and isolation, limiting its ability to form robust military alliances. Internally, the need to maintain domestic stability often diverts resources and focus away from external military preparedness. These factors, combined with the PLA's relatively limited experience in modern combat and ongoing efforts to integrate new technologies, paint a more nuanced picture of China's military strength. Understanding these complexities is crucial for an accurate assessment of the PLA's true capabilities. In this video, we will delve into the 12 key reasons why the Chinese military, despite its formidable appearance, may not be as powerful as it is often perceived. These reasons highlight the multifaceted challenges and vulnerabilities that the PLA faces, providing a comprehensive analysis of its strengths and weaknesses. Reason 1. Logistical challenges. Despite the impressive size of the Chinese military, the vast and diverse geography of China presents significant logistical challenges that can impede military operations. The country's landscape ranges from rugged mountains to sprawling deserts, and from dense forests to urban megacities, each demanding unique logistical considerations. Transporting troops, heavy equipment, and essential supplies across such varied terrains requires meticulous planning and vast resources. Moreover, China's infrastructure, while rapidly developing, still faces bottlenecks and vulnerabilities. Key transportation networks, such as railways and highways, can become choke points during large-scale mobilizations. In a conflict scenario, these logistical hurdles could delay deployments, disrupt supply lines, and compromise the overall effectiveness of military operations. The PLA's ability to project power swiftly and sustain long-term operations is heavily contingent on overcoming these complex logistical obstacles. Reason 2. Technological gaps. Although the Chinese military has made significant strides in modernizing its technology, several critical gaps remain when compared to Western military powers. Advanced electronic warfare, cybersecurity, and integrated weapon systems are areas where the PLA still lags. Cybersecurity, for instance, is a double-edged sword. While China has developed offensive cyber capabilities, its defensive measures are often scrutinized for potential weaknesses. Similarly, the integration of advanced weapon systems such as drones, artificial intelligence, and next-generation fighter jets is still a work in progress. The PLA's reliance on reverse engineering and technology acquisition through less conventional means sometimes results in systems that lack the reliability and sophistication of their Western counterparts. These technological disparities can place the PLA at a disadvantage in high-tech warfare scenarios, where cutting-edge technology and seamless integration are crucial for maintaining battlefield superiority. Reason 3. Training and experience. One of the most significant drawbacks for the PLA is its limited combat experience. Unlike Western militaries, which have been engaged in numerous conflicts over the past few decades, the Chinese military has not been involved in a major war since the Sino-Vietnamese War in 1979. This lack of real-world battlefield experience affects not only the soldiers' preparedness but also the military's overall strategic and tactical capabilities. Training exercises and simulations, no matter how rigorous, cannot fully replicate the unpredictable and high-stress environment of actual combat. This gap in experience means that the PLA's troops and commanders may be less adept at adapting to the fluid dynamics of warfare, making strategic errors or misjudgments more likely. The learning curve in a real conflict could be steep and costly, potentially undermining the effectiveness of China's military operations. Reason 4. Command and control. The rigid hierarchical structure within the PLA poses significant challenges to its command and control capabilities. In many military organizations, the ability to make swift, decentralized decisions is critical during combat operations. However, the PLA's top-down command approach often slows down decision-making processes, as lower-level officers may be reluctant to act without explicit orders from their superiors. This can lead to delays in responding to rapidly changing battlefield conditions, hindering the military's overall agility and effectiveness. Furthermore, the emphasis on political loyalty within the ranks can result in promotions and appointments that are based more on allegiance to the Communist Party than on military competence. This politicization of the military hierarchy can stifle innovation and discourage initiative, further weakening the PLA's command and control effectiveness in high-pressure situations. Reason 5. Political influence. The Chinese Communist Party's (CCP) deep involvement in the military's affairs often prioritizes political loyalty over military efficiency. The PLA is fundamentally a party army, and its primary allegiance is to the CCP rather than the nation itself. This relationship can lead to inefficiencies and corruption within the military ranks. Promotions and key appointments are frequently influenced by political considerations, potentially sidelining more competent and experienced personnel in favor of those who demonstrate unwavering loyalty to the party. Additionally, political indoctrination and activities consume valuable time and resources that could otherwise be devoted to military training and readiness. This intertwining of military operations with political objectives can undermine the PLA's operational effectiveness, as decisions are sometimes made based on political expediency rather than strategic necessity. Reason 6. Economic vulnerabilities. China's rapid economic growth has been a significant factor in its military modernization efforts, but this dependency on economic stability also makes the PLA vulnerable. Economic downturns, trade disruptions, or international sanctions could severely impact defense budgets and the allocation of resources to the military. A slowdown in economic growth would limit the funds available for procurement of advanced technologies, maintenance of existing equipment, and the overall operational readiness of the armed forces. Furthermore, China's heavily export-oriented economy means that any major conflict disrupting global trade could have dire economic consequences, indirectly weakening the military's sustainability and capacity for prolonged engagements. Thus, the PLA's strength is intrinsically linked to China's economic health, making it a critical vulnerability in times of economic uncertainty. Reason 7. Demographic challenges. China is facing significant demographic changes, with an aging population and a declining birth rate posing long-term challenges to military recruitment. The one-child policy, which was in place for several decades, has resulted in a shrinking pool of young people eligible for military service. This demographic shift means that the PLA will have to compete with other sectors of the economy for a limited number of young recruits. Additionally, the increasing urbanization and higher educational aspirations of China's youth mean that fewer are willing to pursue careers in the military. This demographic trend could lead to a manpower shortage in the coming decades, forcing the PLA to either lower recruitment standards or invest heavily in automation and technology to compensate for the reduced human resources. Reason 8. Diplomatic isolation. China's aggressive foreign policy and territorial ambitions have led to increasing diplomatic isolation, potentially limiting its military alliances and support. While China has made some strategic partnerships, it lacks the extensive network of military alliances that Western powers like the United States enjoy. In a major conflict, the PLA might find itself without significant international military support, relying solely on its own capabilities. This isolation can be a strategic disadvantage, as coalition warfare and mutual defense agreements provide not only additional military resources but also political legitimacy. Furthermore, China's assertive actions in regions like the South China Sea have alienated many neighboring countries, which might otherwise have been neutral or even supportive. This diplomatic isolation can complicate China's strategic calculus and limit its operational options in a crisis. Reason 9. Internal security issues. The Chinese government places a high priority on internal security to maintain its hold on power, often diverting military resources and attention to domestic stability. The PLA and the paramilitary People's Armed Police are frequently involved in internal security operations, from quelling unrest in regions like Xinjiang and Tibet to maintaining public order during times of political sensitivity. This focus on internal security can detract from the PLA's readiness to engage in external military operations. Additionally, the need to ensure loyalty and prevent dissent within the military itself means that significant resources are spent on political indoctrination and surveillance. These efforts to maintain internal stability can strain the PLA's capacity to prepare for and execute large-scale external military engagements effectively. Reason 10. Quality versus quantity. While the PLA boasts impressive numbers, the quality of its personnel and equipment can be inconsistent. The sheer size of the Chinese military often masks disparities in training, maintenance, and technological sophistication. For instance, many of the PLA's enlisted personnel come from rural areas with limited educational backgrounds, which can impact their ability to operate and maintain advanced military systems. Moreover, the rapid expansion and modernization of the PLA have sometimes resulted in a mismatch between the acquisition of new technologies and the training required to use them effectively. This inconsistency between quantity and quality is a critical weakness, as it can lead to operational inefficiencies and reduced combat effectiveness. A military that relies on sheer numbers without ensuring high standards of training and equipment maintenance risks being outmatched by smaller, more professionalized forces. Reason 11. Naval limitations. Despite significant investments in modernizing its navy, China still faces substantial limitations in terms of power projection and blue water capabilities. While the PLA Navy has grown rapidly and now boasts a formidable fleet, it lacks the extensive experience and global reach of navies like that of the United States. China's naval operations are primarily focused on regional waters, with limited ability to sustain prolonged operations far from its shores. Additionally, the PLA Navy's logistical support for extended deployments, such as replenishment at sea and overseas bases, remains underdeveloped. This hampers their ability to project power globally and support distant operations effectively. In a conflict scenario, these naval limitations could constrain China's strategic options and expose vulnerabilities in its maritime capabilities. Reason 12. Intelligence shortcomings. Accurate and timely intelligence is crucial for effective military operations, and the PLA's intelligence capabilities, while improving, still have notable shortcomings. China's intelligence apparatus, including its cyber capabilities, has faced issues with coordination, reliability, and actionable insights. The integration of intelligence across different branches of the military and government can be fragmented, leading to delays and gaps in critical information. Additionally, while China has invested heavily in satellite and cyber espionage, the quality of human intelligence, and on-the-ground reconnaissance often falls short. These intelligence gaps can undermine strategic planning and operational execution, leaving the PLA vulnerable to surprise and miscalculation. In modern warfare, where information dominance is key, these shortcomings in intelligence capabilities represent a significant weakness. While the Chinese army may appear formidable, these underlying challenges paint a different picture. From logistical hurdles and technological gaps to political interference and economic vulnerabilities, the PLA's true power is not as overwhelming as it seems. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. Join us in exploring more eye-opening truths about global military forces. Until next time, stay informed and stay curious.